So I found this crazy ass real life tribal war. I found it on this one channel which just has a few videos, but it's got over 2 million views. So grab your popcorn and let's take a look. Alright, so I'm not sure how or where they got this video, but it doesn't have anything to do with this channel. But anyway, take a look at their channel. They've got cars and motorbikes and stuff like that. I haven't been through much. There's not much videos on it. See, he started posting like 11 days ago and then a year ago or something like that. But yeah, Aussie Josh. Let's take a look at that video. That really, it was actually his first video like 2 years ago. Not sure where he got it from.
The whole ridge is for fighting, and both sides know it well. Wayak relaxes, waiting for his comrades and the enemy to signal their readiness by drawing close enough to fire.
Okay, this has been taken from some documentary or so. Original footage, 1964. Not something that's supposed to be joked about, but I actually thought they were playing in the starting. Wow. Okay, that is dangerous. Just throwing arrows and shooting bows just like that.
Only Mike Mo, who acts as leader, is especially concerned. The enemy badly wants the death that will restore the balance which they lost almost 3 weeks before.
So they lost the battle, and now they're back to battle again. But in 1964, they're still using bow and arrows.
With so many men firing such a quantity of arrows, there is always a chance that one of the many wounds they are certain to inflict will bring about the death they want so much.
West Papua. Is that how I pronounce it? West Papua Tribal War. Where is this? Let's see if we can find out where that is. West Papua War. Power conflict. Let's take a look on Wikipedia and see what it says. It's an ongoing conflict. I don't even know Indonesia and Free Papua movement. Actually, let's go back and put the West Papua War 1964. Okay, that doesn't look like it could. Okay, key events. Indonesian military. Okay, so this one that they're talking about on Wikipedia, it doesn't seem to be this one that we're watching. Established in 1965 as an umbrella organization. All of this doesn't seem to be what we are watching right now. Low intensity guerrilla warfare. Okay, low and against civilian targets, foreign workers. No, this ain't what we're watching. Okay, now. Okay, so I might even be wrong. This person, this YouTuber, or this channel probably didn't specify the correct war. But let's get on watching this. Okay, they're not wearing any clothes. What is that at the bottom? Imagine you going to war naked. That must be terrifying on its own.
Finally, Mike Mo's urgings take effect, and his men withdraw.
Okay, so all these are men. So this screaming is all men. At war. Men at war.
It is customary that both sides, after fighting hard for a period of time, withdraw to nurse wounds, smoke cigarettes, and review the course of
Oh, he got
events.
shot in the butt with an arrow. Okay, there is tons of people, so this is like a full-on
The
war.
arrows are not poisoned, but they are barbed and notched so as to break off on impact. One young warrior,
Ooh, I'll have to
pained
cut
but
that
also
part
pleased
out.
by his wound. Wayak was worried that so many arrows had found their mark, but most of the others were merely stung into more aggressive action.
I think this running noises were added afterwards. I don't think you're gonna get that sound in a full-on war like this.
The enemy fell back, thinking that Wayak's group had been secretly reinforced. Having retreated, there was nowhere for them to go except off the ridge and onto some flat land just in front of their little mountain. There, almost at their own frontier, they turned and resumed fighting.
What I don't understand is how are they making a documentary while they're fighting? So that really doesn't make so much of sense to me. But obviously this is not staged. This is the olden days kind of war.
At the end of the ridge, the pursuers caught their breath. Close by the gardens, where their warrior had been killed during a raid only 3 weeks before, the enemy reorganized, knowing there was still time for fighting. As long as there is enough light to see arrows in flight, and barring sudden rain, or what is much rarer, sudden death, a formal battle continues throughout the
I
day.
didn't see any aim. It was just like, that's it.
Wayak rests and lets the younger men exert themselves on the skirmish line.
If anyone
In
knows what
this, its
language
new
they're talking,
phase, the battle is supervised by
besides the
Mili,
commentator up there,
who sends a fresh group to back up
let
the
me know in the
skirmishers.
comments below. I highly doubt, even if this video gets 1 billion views, nobody's gonna know what language they're talking. Oh, you're dancing in the middle of war. What's going on there with that guy? Oh, I don't understand. What are those pipes for? It's just protecting the jewels or what? Throw and run, throw and run. I would have thought they know like there's a camera or something around us and just performing a bit more. But people are getting injured. Run, run. Well, I think the guy talking on the documentary doesn't even know what to say. That's why he's just there, saying a few lines now and then. And basically, that's it. This guy is still collecting arrows in the middle of a war. Oh, that arrow went to somewhere else. You've seen that. Take a look. Let's take a look at that again. Where was it? Yeah. You see, that went on the side of him. That didn't even go straight. That went there.
Past water-worn patches of white sand, a wounded enemy is carried home on the shoulders of his friends. Nilik, not yet convinced the enemy was content to end the fighting, keeps a watchful eye, as do two young warriors who, a moment before, sought in vain to kill each other. Laka and the others have come close to home. They are tired from the long walk and the heavy work, but glad to know that no one had been killed. Had it been otherwise, they would certainly have been told by someone along the trail, since such news goes with the speed of sound, shouted from garden to garden and village to village.
Okay.
Laka did hear that Tuasi, a man from Wuparainma, was badly wounded, and she wondered how he was.
So at least they take
The arrow
care.
had ended beneath the collarbone, and its tip broke off beneath the skin. Tekman, because he lives with Tuasi in Wuparainma, and because he is famous as a surgeon, knew that the only way to get the...
So they're not at war to unalive anybody. I don't know what the war is for. Because if they are so worried about the other team, if anyone got injured and stuff like that, and wondering to know how they're doing if they did get injured, that's a bit awkward. I've never heard of anything like that before. But let's take a look at this surgeon at work.
The arrow out was to grip it with his teeth. Had it been barbed, as most arrows are, Tuasi would have had a far more difficult time and much less chance of living. At the end of
Operation
the ridge,
successful.
the others hurl abusive jokes instead of spears. The enemy, for now, is forced to listen.
Oh, now you can just make fun of each other. Okay. I was thinking of skipping a little bit, but you know what? Let me just let this play through. I'll skip out any parts that need to be skipped.
To patch the wound, some moistened leaves are bound in place with bits of long grass. To revive his Atayaken, literally to call back his seeds of singing from their flight to his backbone, a friend applies a wand of grass and murmurs magic words.
Okay.
Tekman makes the last of 4 punctures in the belly's wall to let out the blood turned dark by the enemy's arrow.
That's painful.
Head will take an hour, and no one wants to risk a meeting with a ghost. Covered to protect him from the... Tuasi starts home, his weapons and his life in the hands of men from his own village.
Okay, so they carry him home at least. After that little operation. Well, obviously it's a big operation if you're in the middle of nowhere. Well, and that's the end of that video. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and I'll make more of these videos soon. Well, it depends if I find them. Because some of them, they just go unnoticed. And they're actually pretty good. And yeah, we can go for that. Cool, catch you in the next one. Ciao.